owning silver is wealth. Silver won't make you rich. Owning silver is what makes you rich. Hey, what's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I have a very interesting and pretty crazy article to bring to you folks today. Robert Kiyosaki, the very famous author best known for the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, comes out and says that the big crash he predicted is here, but right now could also be the perfect time to get richer. And what do you think is his solution? You guessed it right, folks. Silver. He says silver is not gold, specifically silver. Now you got to remember, this guy has a very large audience, a lot of fans, and this guy's known for investment strategies. I mean, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But he's talking about silver. And I have been seeing a lot of public figures come out and mention silver in particular being such a perfect investment. And I think that's just going to keep happening more and more over time, especially as more and more billionaires openly invest into silver. I've covered so many different billionaires on my channel that have been buying silver or admitting that they have been stacking, from Warren Buffett to Jim Rogers to there's another one. You also have the lady from Texas that's the billionaire that purchased that $50 million order with Miles Franklin. By the way, if you want to purchase from Miles Franklin, as she did, she ordered 900,000 Eagles from them. All you got to do is send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. I actually have a deal running with them right now. You can get Britannias, Krugerrands, Philharmonics, even backdated Maple Leafs for only $4.75 over spot. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. They'll be glad to hear that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of billionaires are purchasing silver right now, cleaning out the shelves, and I think that's just going to continue to happen, as well as public figures. Someone like Elon Musk isn't going to come out and publicly mention it because he needs silver for a completely different reason, right? He's the person that needs the silver. We just want the silver. Producers will turn into the consumers, and the consumers will turn into the producers. People like you and I that want the silver will be selling it to the people that need the silver. Elon Musk needs silver. All of his companies, SpaceX, SolarCity, Tesla, all require silver. His cost of production would skyrocket through the roof if silver rose, so he's not going to come out and say that. He tweeted 4 letters, DOGE, standing for Dogecoin, and shot Dogecoin up thousands of percent when he did that. So he's not going to mention silver, but I bet you, I could guarantee he's buying boatloads of it right now. So a lot of people are going to be doing it under the rug, but there is a lot of very notable, successful people that understand that silver is the best investment. Now, I'm also doing a massive, massive giveaway. Speaking of lots of silver, if you want a chance to win some silver, well, you have a perfect opportunity, and all you got to do is click a button. One button could easily put a boatload of silver in front of your doorstep for absolutely nothing. All you got to do is go to my 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway entry video. Go enter. I have the rules in that video, and may the luckiest stacker win. I'm really excited. I want to give everyone a chance to win. If you want some context of how big this giveaway is going to be, when I hit 50,000 subscribers, I gave away over $1,000 worth of silver to six different subscribers, 6 different people. So just picture that, but on a bigger scale. So you're not going to want to miss that giveaway. Trust me. The link to this article will be in the description, and here's the title: Millions Will Be Wiped Out. Robert Kiyosaki says that the big crash he predicted is here, but right now could also be the perfect time to get richer. Here's how. Like I said, he's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Safe havens are hard to find these days. Stocks have plunged. Bitcoin is at the doldrums, and even recently, hot real estate market seems to be cooling down due to the Fed's aggressive rate hikes. While it might be tempting to hide it out in cash, Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki believes that it could be a real ideal time to get richer. And by the way, the title is supposed to be satirical because owning silver is wealth. Silver won't make you rich. Owning silver is what makes you rich. You get what I'm saying? No amount of fake money can equal real money. We determine a country's wealth on how much gold they have, not how many dollar bills they print off. Right? And if you apply that same principle from person to person as we do country to country, then no matter who has X amount of dollars in their bank account is irrelevant because the person that's rich, that has real wealth, is the person that has precious metals, not how many zeros they have in their bank account. That's real wealth. So he goes on to say, in a tweet on Sunday, Kiyosaki explains how he made a fortune by going against the herd during the Great Recession. Going against the herd, going against the grain. We are basically rebelling against the system, and that's also why you're going to see governments try to portray us as, the bad guys, the rebels, call silver the devil's metal, call it extremely risky, call gold and silver just bad investments, period, because it's a direct threat to the dollar. So anyways, he goes on to say 2008 was a great time to get rich. Everything went on sale, borrowed millions of dollars buying real estate bargains, he writes. Author's been calling for a major crash. And by the way, 2008 was a great time because remember, 2008 was credit financial crisis, similar to what's happening. It started in 2020 basically. And then 3 years later, 2008 to 2011, silver went up to $50. 2008 to 2011, silver skyrocketed to $50 during that 3-year period. 2020 is basically what 2008 was, right? Credit financial crisis, recession/depression, billion-dollar stimulus. That's exactly what happened, almost identical to what happened in 2020. So if you want to apply 3 years back then to $50 silver, 3 years starting from 2020, which would be 2023, which would be that equivalent to 2011, where silver hit $50. But I don't think it would be $50 this time. If that sent silver to $50 last time, imagine what it could lead silver to today, since things are on a much more severe scale. We're talking about trillions of dollars in stimulus now, not billions of dollars like what was back then. Plus, we have a global situation on our hand in times of war. We have supply, demand, fundamentals getting out of whack. We have the COMEX. I mean, things are so much more severe. So I think that's kind of the angle he's taking. The author has also been calling for a major crash. 2013, he published Rich Dad's Prophecy predicting bigger crash coming. That crash is here. Millions will be wiped out. And then he says, here's 2 assets that might help you survive the storm. And then goes on to say Mitt Romney says billionaire tax will trigger demand for these 2 physical assets. Time to get in before the super rich swarm. You could be the landlord of Walmart, Whole Foods, Kroger, and collect grocery store anchored income on a quarterly basis, blah, blah, blah. Silver, the famous author, is a long-time advocate of investing in precious metals. Gold and silver have helped investors preserve their wealth for centuries. They can't be printed out of thin air like fiat, and their value is largely unaffected by economic events around the world. That's why they're called safe havens. But this time, Kiyosaki's favoring one over the other. And it has to do with the gold to silver ratio, which simply refers to the number of silver ounces it takes to buy an ounce of gold. And we don't got to go into the gold and silver ratio, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, Kiyosaki prefers silver because of its industrial use. Boom. The author Rich Dad Poor Dad. The person that so many people look up to as the investing guru is coming out and saying, you know what, silver is the best investment right now. Not stocks, not real estate, silver. And he says because of its industrial use, which is also why I am so bullish on silver. If it wasn't about the industrial use, I would still be telling people to buy silver just because the dollar's, losing its purchasing power. You got inflation, all that. But also on top of its industrial use beyond gold, that's really what gives silver that extra edge beyond gold. That's why my name is Silver Slayer, not Gold Guy, not Gold Guru. So anyways, silver's an industrial metal, gold is not. I call silver the best of both worlds. Where silver's going to flourish, gold isn't. Because gold has no spot in the new digital technological era. There is no gold shortage. Gold demand isn't going to be booming in the next 10 years. Silver is. There is no gold shortage. There is a silver shortage. So silver is going to be extremely scarce. Demand's going to be through the roof, and there's not going to be much of it. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. That's investing 101. The gray metal is widely used in the production of solar panels and is also a critical component in many vehicles' electrical control units. The industrial demand plus the hedging properties makes silver a very interesting asset class for investors. Then he goes into silver miners, blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad that he does mention this. Kiyosaki suggests a more straightforward approach: just buy the metal directly. He even says, I don't touch paper, gold, silver ETFs. You could buy a silver coin for 25 bucks. So it might be time to visit your local bullion shop. I'm so glad he said that in there. A lot of these guys that come out and say that, they'll talk about, Pan American, blah, 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 First Majestic. Just buy the physical metal. If you can't hold it, you do not own it. And he goes into oil, and he says this is pretty. He says, to be sure, Kiyosaki doesn't exactly claim that silver is immune to current market turmoil. Now, that's besides the point. Because if you're saying it's not immune to current market turmoil, you're still comparing silver's value to the dollar, which shouldn't be. Spot price is irrelevant. No matter who says that 1 ounce coin is worth what is irrelevant. The price tag is irrelevant. The coin's value is the 1 ounce of silver inside of it, not the price tag attached to it. And that's what makes silver so much different than all these other assets and investments, because it has intrinsical value, not valued on just dollar terms, but it has a separate value where everything else, its value is what the price tag is. That's what the value is. Silver, that's not the case. So, I wouldn't really look at it that way. And it's kind of funny to say, silver is risky. How can you say that a safe haven metal is risky? That's extremely contradicting. But regardless, we all know that at the end of the day, $20 for an ounce of silver is an absolute steal. Hold $20 in your left hand. Hold a 1 ounce silver coin in your right hand. Tell me which one seems more valuable. Hold a $50 bill in your left hand. Hold a 1 ounce coin in your right hand. I mean, it's when you look at it that way, it's simple, But anyways, here's going into Warren Buffett. Like I said, Warren Buffett, Jim Rogers. Who was the other one? There's 4 billionaires I covered. Man, I can't think of the other one. It's on the tip of my tongue. But also the lady from Texas that says she bought $50 million worth of silver and gold from Miles Franklin. And that's actually how I got partnered with them, because when I covered that story, Andy Scheckman emailed me and said, hey, I'd like to cover the story with you. So I interviewed him, and I had a lot of questions, obviously, since that story was so big. And then afterwards, he's like, hey, you want me to take you under my wing? And I was like, yes, please. Now he's got me, talking to David Morgan casually in emails and a lot of opportunities. But regardless, the point was that she purchased $50 million with Miles Franklin, but she also mentioned that she's going to be placing billions of dollars in orders. Billions of dollars. $50 million compared to $1 billion is much different. 900,000 eagles, over $100,000 in junk silver and gold. That's what she purchased with $50 million. And it was all in American made silver, by the way. American made silver. I actually just made a video a couple days ago mentioning why we might need to be buying American made silver or silver made in America, since countries are kind of kicking the United States off to the side. It might be very beneficial to own, like junk silver, like Eagles. That's why the lady bought all American silver. She bought 900,000 Eagles. She bought over 100,000 ounces in constitutional silver as well, junk silver, right? Silver made in America. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Like I said, if you want to buy from Miles Franklin, a very respected company, send him an email. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let him know you want the Silver Slayer deal, or let him know you want some Eagles or whatever you want. They'll hook you up. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. Be happy to hear it. Plus, it's a way to support me for free, and I'd appreciate that. I love that I can offer you a direct connection to a major source. Like no other company can fill a $50 million order, but Miles Franklin can, because Andy Scheckman has the biggest resources in the industry. I mean, he has a guy who filled, because Andy Scheckman had 90,000 in his inventory, and he made one call and got over 800,000 eagles. Nobody else can pull that off, but he's such a resourceful guy. He's one of the big players in the game, and for me to offer you a direct relationship with someone like that, to have a direct source cutting out the online dealer, the middleman basically, I'm glad I can do that for you. Because Andy does, if you send an email to info@milesfranklin, Andy's probably going to be the one that responds to you. It might be someone else, but Andy is heavily into that. And and if you have any questions or anything, he would be more than happy to give you his personal email, or I can hook you up, whatever. He's willing to make it happen. He's such a nice guy. I've done that time and time again from people already willing to buy. And yeah, I mean, you'll have a great experience. They've never had a negative complaint in over 45 years, and there's a reason for that. Always make sure that you're good, you're set. So yeah. Anyways, what do you think about this? I think it's pretty interesting that that you have. Oh, actually, let me see this. Mitt Romney says a billionaire tax will trigger demand for these two precious metals. Is he talking about silver in this? That would be pretty crazy if Mitt Romney is talking about silver. I don't think so. Oh, farms and fine art. Okay. They said physical assets, making it sound like precious metals, but farms and fine art. Of course, Mitt Romney's going to say that over precious metals. Of course, farms and fine art. Fine art, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. If you're still watching this video, pat yourself on the back. You didn't click off the video within 20 seconds thinking you know it all. You wanted to stay in and soak up every piece of information. I respect that. Respect that a lot. That's going to translate into your success because you're open-minded. You want to get every piece of information. And I hope you liked the video. Click the like button. And if you want to subscribe, then please subscribe. I post daily. Go enter my silver giveaway. Hopefully you win. And maybe I'll be picking 5 or 6 winners again, so your chances have quintupled. So yeah, anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.